Hi! Welcome, my super duped spacefaring SASAns. I am Magnus Beasticus, and this is my rant view on No Man's Sky. If you are unfamiliar with how I do things, these are extremely opinionated and biased videos. But that doesn't mean that I don't make some fine points and arguments. Most all points leading to why you should not play a specific game. For this rant view, the list of reasons is so long and drawn out and filled with the same monotonous crap, only colored slightly differently with so much grinding that you'll probably stop watching not even halfway through. Wait. No, I'm definitely confusing this review with No Man's Sky. This rant view is filled to the brim with lies, trickery, deceit, and wait, no, that's also No Man's Sky. Man, this is gonna be a hard one to get through. Just like No Man's Sky. What are we waiting for? Let's get into why no man should fly these skies. This is a collecting, mining, grinding, resource gathering game. Why the fluffy pancakes is the inventory system so shitty? Give me a dimensional storage system that holds my entire rock collection that I can access whenever I visit a space station or something. I travel through black holes, for God's sakes! Why are there only 3 sentient alien races? Sentient aliens don't move other than like... And that's about it. I can't do this anymore. Away with you! All of the 3 sentient aliens are humanoid. You're telling me that an entire universe with infinitely different conditions for life to exist and evolve in, and bipedal humanoids always come out on top. Why make all of the aliens humanoid if you're not even going to have them move or interact with anything? Usually, you would base all of your aliens off of a human structure in a video game to cut down on development time and to essentially make resource management a lot more efficient. In this case, because the aliens aren't interacting outside of their tiny little movement scope, it just seems incredibly unnecessary to have them all be just like, I have 2 arms, I have 2 legs, oh, one's a little bit smaller than the others, oh, this one's a robot, that's so cool and appealing. On that note, the AI for all of the alien fauna is extremely limited and never convincing. You'll just see them like waddling around in circles, running into each other, doing nothing for no reason. I'm fairly certain they only have 1 AI structure governing aviation creatures and 1 AI structure governing aquatic creatures. You see them do the exact same things, whereas yes, their forms can differ, you know, a little bit, but their actions are always the same. Which brings me to, what is the point of having a barftillion amount of varying creatures and flora and fauna if they all act the exact same? How am I discovering all of these things when there are aliens on pretty much every single planet already? I even found ancient ruins belonging to these 3 spacefaring races, meaning that they had to have been on this planet for, you know, some kind of extended period of time, and they didn't even take notes? There are ruins on nearly every planet, but no cities. Yo, where my cities at? Some place to go get a drink to take my mind off of how monotonous my spacefaring life is. But it shouldn't be that way. I shouldn't think exploring the depths of space is boring. It's what we were meant to do! Even though, yeah, it would probably be oodles and gobs of boring in real life. Why can't I steal ships? Let me live out my space pirate fantasies! Oh, probably because the aliens never get out of their ships. They always fly into a space station or trading post like me, but they don't have any business to take care of, apparently. They're just hanging out, watching tunes in their spaceship. Combat, across the board, is bad. You have to stay pretty still in both space and ground combat in order to hit anything. I mean, I don't think I'm that bad at this game. Try hitting anything while you're flying around in space with their terrible aiming mechanics. Turning feels extremely sluggish and weird when using a controller. Like, resistance bands are all over your body, connected to tiny little rocks behind you. There'll be this like moment of sluggish, like, let go of me, and then you'll finally be able to move as quickly as you want. Caves. Now, typically, when you play video games, you see a cave off in the distance. May not be where you originally intended on going, but you think, treasure, danger, adventure! And you usually come out with something meaningful. Something representing your adventure inside of that cave. In No Man's Sky, you think, well, fuck that place. There ain't shit for me in that godforsaken hole of pointless venture and asshole creatures. I never really want to upgrade my ship or gun because that would mean that I would have to take more time to gather all of the resources that I lost to upgrade those resources, meaning that it would take me longer to get to the center of the universe, meaning that I would have to play this game even more. I just want to see the center. Is it worth it? Does it make all of this worth it? You can't crash into anything. I can't kamikaze into doodly squat. You can't fly directly into a sun, or even close to a sun. You can fly at a sun for like 15 minutes, speaking from personal experience, and not move anywhere. Hope you like that never-ending story. What the foosh duty do these giant ships do? They always seem to beam in when I do. Why are they here? Who are they? Let me inside! What do these streaks in the sky mean? I have to open up a menu in order to recharge anything during a space battle? Weaponry, shields, mid-battle. What does that represent? Me getting out of my captain's chair to go rummage around through some boxes in the back of my ship? A ship that should look like a hoarder's closet burst open because I'm always out of room! Why do I need an empty slot in my inventory when I want to combine two items? I'm combining two items into one. What does that empty slot represent? My workbench? It would totally suck if it wasn't this way. But how does every new knowledge stone give me a new word for an alien language? How come I never get the same word? Just saying, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Also, all knowledge stones look the exact same for every race. There's a quadruple Boolean amount of planets spanning across an entire universe, but all of the planets have the same gravity. Even planets and moons with a huge variance in mass in the same system have the same gravity. For a game about exploring the entire universe and the extreme difference in physics that represents, there doesn't seem to be much of a physics engine at all in this game. I saw this huge portion of rock mineral sticking out of the ground, and I excitedly started to mine the bottom to see it crumble and fall over into the ground. But as soon as I eliminated every single piece touching the ground, it just floated there, staring at me with his giant mineral eyes. Maybe I can reunite you with the ground in an explosive show of force one day, giant mineral pillar. One day. There are the exact same objectives every planet you go to. I haven't been surprised by something since, the first planet. If I had known that every planet held the same promise for me, I would have just stayed on my original planet. Actually, never mind. My first planet was a poisonous dump. Fuck that place. They did not even try to make different structures on each planet. They all look the same and have the exact same stuff in it. I don't feel like I'm exploring new worlds when there's already so many man-made structures on each one. All space stations have unacceptably identical insides. Their outside structures can change, slightly, but the inside is damn near a space station doppelganger! Fine. They do have different flower arrangements. Whole bunch of things ripped off of Destiny. Robo-aliens. Weapon aesthetics. Sentinels are bigger ghosts. And the entire UI. Traveling from system to system is a big ol' bitch, too. It's so hard to tell where to put the confounded joystick when traveling from system to system. Every world has sentinels on it, except for worlds with no life on them. So, boring, terrible, unfulfilling worlds. Give me a world ripe with life and lush forest so that I may burn it down and kill everything without consequence. Yes, they may be easy to kill, but it's kind of annoying when I have to stop all of my illegal activity to go murder a pesky 343 guilty spark. Do the other aliens know about the sentinels and the marker? They seem completely unreactive to the sentinels. I mean, other than those two in the omniscience black orb. If so, how do they interact with it? I mean, that may be a lot to ask, seeing as how they literally don't interact with the stuff in their room, but there's no direct correlation between them and this giant fucking black entity. Many times when I want to proceed the most, I'm stuck in a cluster of stars, aimlessly trying to get some BS material to kill time until another anomaly shows up to whisk me away to another black hole that gets me closer to that shiny middle of the universe. Look, I'm just gonna add in a bunch of reasons here to accommodate all of the false advertising that went into this game. Ships that handle differently than others. They don't exist. All of my ships have handled like sick pigeons. Space pigeons! Naming ships. You can't. I can't name my ship Didgeridoo Dango, or even Rargle Sparkles, the Blargler. Your faction relationships don't mean nothing. Choosing one faction over the other doesn't start any rivalries and doesn't give you any non-conversational benefits. I don't indulge in friendly acts unless I know that I'll receive a lasting material benefit. Like quests, faction items. Hell, choosing one faction over the other doesn't even entice any space gossip. Oh my god, did you see that new adventurer? He's totally making friends with the Gak, and we're over here like, what the fuck, man? Plus he's fat. No asteroid landings. Looks like it's gonna be a while before I can reenact Armageddon. With arms wide open, 'cause I don't wanna miss a thing. You cannot obliterate space stations or fleets. Let me indulge in my galactic bloodlust. Blood for the blood god. There are no huge promised fleets to begin with. Nobody trades but me. You never see anybody trading in this universe. No large-scale fleet battles. Souls for the soul drinker. No in-atmosphere ship battles. Man, that would have been cool. Skulls for the skull throne! No Halo reenactment because there are no ring worlds. Or sand planets. Which, admittedly, I don't know why people are so miffed about that one. No flying manually from star to star. Again, don't really understand the appeal of that one, but it was promised. There are no promised rivers. But again, their physics system is pretty limited, so, you know, rivers might have been a lot to ask for. There are no large, interesting structures or crashed ships to explore. I don't care about this one, but it's still a lie! No hacking space doors. No radio chatter in your spaceship. No portals! Because they weren't thinking with them. And there's so much less life on these planets than was advertised. Really dumb life. No interacting with other players in the galaxy. You can be at the same place at the same time, and not be able to see or do anything with the other. You will never be able to feel the warm touch of your space wife. No chance of even being trolled by a space dick. There are no giant monsters that affect the landscape. Hell, there are no giant monsters in general. Animals do not eat each other. No marking things on your map. And on to spoilers. But you should watch this part. You really should. It's worth spoiling. It's the end of the game that I'm spoiling. The entire reason for playing this game is what I'm spoiling. But you should know. There is no secret at the center of the universe. that makes everything you've done up to that point worth it. It's lies. Lies are at the center. Lies so strong that they push you all the way out of your galaxy and into another one. But don't be fooled into thinking that it's a whole new world galaxy to explore and get to the center of. Maybe this galaxy is different. Maybe this galaxy will fill the black hole in my heart that the previous one left. Let me stop you right there, hypothetical person that I just made up. It's the same thing in all of them, which is nothing.
Kablooey!
All of that being said, you can still explore a galaxy, a universe. And there's something very special about being able to jump off of a floating island into a lake, jetpack into your spaceship, fly out of the atmosphere into space, shoot through an asteroid belt, and repeat it all again on a moon off in the distance. All without experiencing one loading zone. It's incredamazing. Something most all of us have wanted to do in a video game. And it was all made possible by only 6 guys. 6 guys! Team was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people! And they made this experience. So think out of all of the crap that, yes, the false promises, all of the downsides, all of the monotony involved in this game, you can still explore an entire galaxy. Something that I wouldn't take lightly, and I do think it represents a promising future. A future with an infinite variation of different things to do and worlds to explore that do fulfill you. It could set the groundwork for an unparalleled level of diverse adventures to come. So let's not try to bash them too much. Contrary to pretty much everything I said before this point. All in all, for $60, you get an unending amount of content where at about the point where you reach $60 worth of play time and enjoyment is when it starts to get stale. So if you enjoy space exploration, if that's something that you've always lived to dream to do, it is worth the $60. It becomes even more worth it though if you rent it. However, if you have OCD and you're a completionist, I wouldn't fucking play this game. So, yeah, that sums it up. Remember to like and subscribe, but most importantly, let me explore the infinite depths of your mind by leaving me a comment in the comments section below. As always, never trust Sean Murray, but never stop playing video games. This is not comfortable.
Boing, boing, boing.
Honk, honk, honk. Huh?
But you did well. You were cognitive of it.
I think cognizant.
Cognizant.
Okay.
Getting better. Getting better.
The thing is, you could like visit an unadvanced culture, like a third world country that speaks English, like a very little bit. No, they wouldn't speak any language, and you could literally talk how you do now, and they'd be like, "Oh, he knows everything. All these words I don't understand. He's so smart."
I like how you put my education on that.
No, not on that. Like way
culture.
above. I'm saying you would blow their minds.
Thanks, man.
You would
I am
descend
above
as a
this
god.
culture that does not even speak my language.
That's like.
Just make sure.
For this rant view, the list of reasons. All right.
Stops there.
What the foosh duty do these giant ships do? I like foosh duty. Where the fuck did that come from?
Pull it together, man. You put it in there.
I'm so proud of myself. There's a quadrillion amount of planets across the entire galaxy, or across the entire universe. What?
Quadrillion. Rooba dooba.
Yeah. There's a billion.
Yeah. Man, Travel Sis is a big old bitch, though.
So I can say I can't say where my
city's at.
where my
No,
city's
you
at, but I can
cannot.
say that.
Yeah, you can say that, but not where my city's at.
I can't name my ship Didgeridoo Dango or even Rargle Sparkles, the Blargler.
That's some creative names that he created on the spot. Not his D&D characters.
If there's any dedicated fan, they'll like put them together. What was that Aerosmith song? With arms wide open.
That's exactly what I thought, but that's great.